okay, there is no disclosure, just that if you think, if you kind of believe in what the Lakota believe, which is a giant snake full of blackness that will destroy the land. And if you look at that pipeline, you kind of not really, you don't have a lot of faith in how it's constructed and stuff. There is a sort of like a non-violent approach to stopping that pipeline. That pipeline is not a gas producer. It is competition with other forms of logistics like trucks and railroads, and maybe even smaller regional pipelines. So I have to say, there's a couple of options you can do to mitigate the sort of like the risk with that pipeline. One, you can reduce your purchase from Canadian producers. If you buy from like Saudi Arabia, they're gonna have to bring it by ship. If you buy it from Asia, they will have to bring it by ship. Maybe if you buy it from other producers, they will use locomotives, or they will use trucks, or they will use a pipeline that is just regional. No one says you have to use that Keystone Pipeline to transport what you buy, and no one says you have to buy it from Canada. This is not the same as handing over bare cash to lowly paid workers who might be extorting your corporation. This is choosing who you buy it from, your raw materials. One, you can either buy less from Canada, who would transport it using the pipeline instead of rail, trucks, or boat, ship. You can buy regionally, who will use a regional pipeline, which is a lot safer, a lot less risk. Or you can buy it from producers who will ship it in, truck it in, or rail it in. And that pipeline is just a big, empty pipe, with weeds growing all around it. Like, fuck it. Kinder Morgan wants to like bail on the whole fucking thing. All right? And then there's another dimension to this, which is if something happens to that pipeline and that corporation goes out of business before everything's cleaned up, does the American government pay or the Canadian government pay? In Washington, have they asked that question? If that pipeline busts and it goes out of business before we clean everything up, should the American government pay or should the Canadian government pay? Meanwhile, if you want to drain that snake, buy less from Canadian producers or buy from producers that will truck it, ship it, and rail it in, or producers that use regional pipelines that are smaller and easier to maintain.